the jig of the day. This is the only pattern I have found in rubber, because nobody ties in rubber as far as a factory deal. I've never seen it. Maybe some guys tie it on their own. But have you ever seen a rubber skirted Texas crawl? It's a secret. I'm going to show you how to tie this. Ready, running guns? Time for blast off. Let's go. Hey guys, Todd here with you. Welcome back to Bassin 101. I just thought I'd have some fun with that. Texas crawl. Man, that looks good in rubber, doesn't it? You don't need silicone to pull off something like that. I have never ever seen a factory Texas crawl in a rubber skirt. Never seen it. I'm going to explain to you how I do this. The trick to this color is the cream and the pumpkin mixed together. That's the trick. No brown. So, let's go to the tying table. I'll show you how to tie this. Let's go. Okay, folks, Texas crawl. I have never seen a Texas crawl in a rubber jig, as far as a factory rubber jig, unless somebody hand ties it themselves. Never seen anybody do it. Every strand or pad that I put on this jig is going to be skip tied, because you want everything to blend. Again, let's tie off the head with the wing guard. Just a dab. Loctite super glue. Alright, here's the recipe. I'm going to do 15 black. As you can see, they're already pulled apart in the center. 15 black, 10 of pumpkin. Originally I was going to do brown, but I actually found pumpkin online, so there's pumpkin. Natural, just a cream color. This is extremely hard to find. This is not really even skirt material. This is a rubber leg material for fly tying, but soaking it in alcohol really softened it up, so that'll work there. 10 strands of chartreuse. So, oh yeah, 6 strands of gold. I use gold because this is a stained water kind of color, and gold just shows up a little bit better as far as just for a little bit of flash. 15 black, 10 pumpkin, 10 cream, 10 chartreuse. And it's all in how you layer everything. Now the main color in a Texas crawl is black. So this is going to be the main color here. I center it up, and being skip cut, this allows you to split the skirt down and cover a good portion of this hook, or the collar. I pretty much have everything except for maybe 1/8 of an inch at the bottom. So we'll kind of work that around a little bit, because you want the black to be dominant, but you don't want to be so dominant that everything gets hidden. Because when I do rubber, I layer everything so it looks a lot more natural than just going to town on something else. The next color I will do, which I will split in the middle again, is the pumpkin. Now the pumpkin is going to be a little sporadic around this. It's not going to be a even type of tie, so I'm actually going to go around. I do want it a little bit more towards the top, but a few strands along the bottom ain't going to hurt nothing. Because like I said, I'm layering everything. So I'm just kind of separating the skirt a little bit before I cinch it down. I think that's good right there. Now on the bottom, I'll add the cream. This kind of goes with the pumpkin a little bit, just kind of gives you that silicone skirt type of effect. But I'm actually going to spread this out to the skirt a little bit, because I actually want it to blend in. It's not even centered. I actually want it to blend in with the pumpkin. So just kind of let it split 5 and 5 down the sides and just kind of pull it around the skirt. You don't have to be exact with it. I'm definitely not putting the cream towards the top. That's something I definitely don't want. Ow, just hooked myself. Kind of like that. That'll work. I got a little bit towards the top there, but I can fix that. There we go. I'll work this in a little bit. Well, I just saw some scallywags sitting loose. I'm going to show you my boo-boos on camera. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not a professional tire. There we go. Now we got everything loose. I'll show you a trick here in a minute how I take care of all that once I put the chartreuse on here. I had one break off, but that's okay. In case you're wondering why there's a gap right there. And again, I press it down, kind of center it. I want this mostly on the bottom. I don't really want this. Come up the sides a little bit, but not much. Now, one of the things you can do, I have these 1/2-inch rubber bands you can get on eBay. You can always double them, tie off the ends right here. If they really start getting cattywampus on you. And then last would be the gold, which again is on the bottom, but I'm going to let it kind of lay out a little bit so it kind of spreads out just a little bit along the bottom. Just like that. Now this Flashaboo for some reason is being springy. I'm going to tie it off right there. I'll tie it off up here. Now, check my wraps. Everything looks good. All right. Now take the Sally Hansen's no chip. Again, about 3 or 4 inches down. Don't overcoat it, just put enough on there to do what you got to do. This stuff dries very fast. Couple of whips. All you really need, because this Sally, when you tighten it, it really digs into that Sally Hansen coating. It doesn't take a lot of time to dry. You can go ahead and start cutting the skirt down. It's not going to hurt nothing. Let's go ahead and get the tinsel out of the way. Alright, then we got the black. Watch that tinsel when you go to pull on this rubber. You don't want to pull the tinsel out. Let's do the pumpkin. Alright, I think we're pretty good. Let's take that tape off of that weed guard and hurt a bit. This pumpkin is just so much better than brown because it really keeps it light. Now, you know, a lot of the pumpkin has green flake in it. You can substitute this gold with green tinsel if you wanted to. It's not going to hurt nothing. I had thought about that because sometimes you can use like a root beer for this. Gosh, you can use pumpkin, brown, black. You can use any kind of color you want to on this thing. And now for my potato chip clip. All I basically do is keep it right above the hook point or the bottom of the hook, just like that. It spreads the skirt out for me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do all of them. Come down about 3/4 of an inch below the hook. Level everything off, and then I'm going to angle it. Starting from the center. Basically go 45 degrees from the center. See if there's any scragglers here. Nope, looks good. There's your Texas Craw, folks. Don't you love it? You don't have to have silicone to do a Texas Craw. You can do it with rubber with this recipe right here. That's good. I'll fish that jig all day long in dirty water. Slightly stained water. Even that green bloom kind of water you get, that's a really good jig for that. Very natural looking, very black on top, but the black also goes all the way around. That's what that skip tie can do for you. When you loosen the middle of the skirt, it's a little tedious, but you can do it very carefully. And just a little bit of that gold flash in there, and that's all you need. So there you go, folks. Texas Craw. Well, guys, there you go. Texas Craw. Man, that's... You can use... You know how many colors you can throw with this trailer? Good grief. A bunch of them. You know, when I was fishing pork all the time, I threw black, brown, black chartreuse. Those are the colors I threw on it, but good grief, you can throw a lot more on it. And that gold tinsel just kind of gives you just really just a limitless possibility as far as colors. because just about anything goes with gold. So it doesn't matter what kind of color you throw on that, but man, that's just a beautiful jig. And like I said, I've never seen a factory production model of a Texas Craw. But there you go. That's what it is. I'd fish that all day long. Wouldn't bother me a bit. So until the next time I tie something, guys, may the Father bless you and keep you in Yeshua's name. And as always with these jigs, fish on.